everyone, and welcome back to Winter 89 Colors. My name is Melissa, or Winter, and I am here with a very special video for you today. So I thought that instead of doing a haul, because I don't know, because I get things in such small packages, it's not like I get things a lot at a time. I usually only get 1 or 2 items occasionally. So I thought it would be best if I collected some things and then showed you, and that way I don't have to wait, you know, and sit there and let it gather dust while I'm waiting to do an unpacking and a haul. So I have tried these before, but I thought I would try them with you. So these are all the handmade watercolors that I currently own. So some of them are by MAB Watercolors and some of them are by Renaissance Paints, both on Etsy. So I thought that I would do a little test out with them so that you can see what they're like. Okay, first things first. I should have prepared this better, but I thought maybe I'll do it on screen so you can see how I would do this if you guys weren't here. So I've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 paints here. These are quarter pans and then 2 sample size beads. So the 7 are from MAB Watercolors. And the 4 are from Renaissance. So first things first, get a pen here. So I will have both of these linked down in the description, of course. So just make sure we label everything nicely so that we know who is who. We'll do MAB down here. Same thing. I like to underline things, especially using a ruler. It makes things feel solidified. So the reason that this is a little sticky is here is to show you that this is watercolor paper. Maybe not the world's best watercolor paper, but it is 300 GSM or 140 pounds. So that's pretty good. So I figured that if we're going to test watercolors, particularly these beautiful handmade watercolors, let's do it on good paper. So I'm going to leave room here for the name of the paint. And then I'm going to do a white swatch, and then I'm going to do a swatch on black. So I'm going to use a Posca. Sorry, pardon me. Because I don't own any black paper. So I thought I could just make some black paper, right? This works. So I got all these paints. I collected them over time. MAB had a sale on Etsy where I could get a grab bag of their what they call oops paints for a very reasonable price. So I grabbed those. And Renee, I just bought each of these individual quarter pans as I could afford them, and they were both so kind to each send me a little swatch there at some point. So that's nice. So how are you guys doing? I'm so excited to have these paints. I've been seeing so many people on their channels showcase these beautiful handmade paints by different artists on Etsy, and I just couldn't wait to get my hands on a few of them. I know a lot of people have KJ Designs by Karen. I currently cannot afford her. The shipping is very high. I mean, high-ish, all things considered, and you know, her paints are a little on the expensive side. So I thought I'd wait until I could save up some money And then I could buy maybe a whole palette of hers. Maybe not a huge palette, I mean, but maybe a palette of 6 or 8 or something like that. I thought that would be nice. All right, so I have the names here. So I've got 4 here. So I've got Renaissance's Advent 18, Advent 13, Advent 3, and Go Go. Those are the names of the paints that I have from Renaissance. And then here with MAB, I have Neon Green, Coral Reef, Earth, Snowflake, Gold Leaf, Christmas Tree, and Radiant. Just waiting for this Posca to dry a little. But while we're waiting for that, I'll show you the paints a little bit more up close. So you can see I've used them just a little bit on a couple of things. If you've seen my Instagram, you'll know I used this one in particular. This is Go Go. And I used that for the background of a mythographic picture, the one with the rats and the clocks. That was in Dreamweaver, and that worked out really well. This one I've used in a couple of different pictures just to put over top of other things. It's semi-sheer, so you know, it's nice to put over top of other colors. I don't think I've used this one in anything yet. I've used this one for a couple of little touches too, I think in Alien Worlds. These ones I haven't used on anything official yet, but they're beautiful and they're very glittery. Whereas these ones are a bit more about shimmer and chrome. These ones are a bit more about the glitter, the actual glitter. So they're actually a bit more sheer than these ones. Let's see how we're doing here. Paint is almost dry. So get some water brushes out here. And a paper towel, of course. So let's start with Renaissance colors. I'm gonna use my small, or actually no, I'm gonna use my large brush because I wanna make this big enough that you can see. So let's bring it in. So first we've got to make sure that our brush is clean. Okay. Little bit of water going. There. Let that sit for just a second. It doesn't take long, only a couple of seconds to heat up, if you will. These little guys are tricky because they don't have the magnet like the rest of them do to hold onto the tin. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's Advent 18 on white. Now let's try putting it on black. Oh, look at how bright that is. Okay, let's show you. It's very luminous, shimmery, especially on top of the black. All right, next let's go with Advent 13, which is this nice green. Okay. Again, nice and luminous. Go. It's very shimmery. It's got these little flecks of glitter in it. Very nice. So these three are part of her, I believe 2022 calendar collection, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so the third one. Very pearlescent. Absolutely brilliant. Look how beautiful that is. It looks a little silver on camera, but it's actually quite white, like a pearl color. Really pretty. But then, of course, my favorite is Go Go. Absolutely beautiful. And even better on black. Absolutely stunning. Gotta get all that off my brush here. Can't be cheating, bringing colors over to the next section, can we? All right, so now we're gonna move on to MAB watercolors. So the first one we've got is this little tester sample. Yeah, I'd say that qualifies as neon. And it's just a classic watercolor. It doesn't have any shimmer or sparkle or anything. If you see any in it, it's just because it kind of carried over from the last couple that we did. So it doesn't particularly sit well on top of the black. But we'll see what it looks like when it dries up. All right, next up, we've got Coral Reef. Beautiful chameleon shimmering watercolor. Really pretty. Definitely almost a completely different color when you put it on top of the black. Really lovely. Okay, just clean off my brush again here. Ooh, looking at these glitters is just making my eyes go a little fuzzy. Okay, here's Earth. Again, it's a little more on the sheer side. But very sparkly. Looks a heck of a lot brighter and greener on the black. It's crazy. All right. Moving along here. I've never really owned any nice watercolor paints in my life. Like, I've only ever owned like Crayola ones, you know what I mean? Ones that are just like meant for children, not really, you know, meant for anybody that actually cares about how their artwork turns out, right? So this is a novelty for me. Okay, so this is Snowflake. Very sheer. But very glittery. And then on top of black, it comes off almost a gold, red, copper color. Which is interesting, eh? Very strange. All right, next. This one's a little resistant. It does not particularly want to loosen up. The others took me mere seconds. This one's just a little rougher. It just wants a little more push. Okay, so this is Gold Leaf. That's just pure gold sparkle, sheer gold sparkle. And of course, if we test it on top of the black, same thing, just beautiful, bright gold sparkle. Would look lovely over top of a yellow or even another gold to like really brighten it up. Cleaning off my brush here, and then we're moving along. Okay. Next one is Christmas Tree, which I find interesting. I'm not sure I would have named it that, to be honest with you, but it's a very, very pretty color. Okay. So again, this one is extremely sheer. But it has like pearl and blue glitter in it. Again, would look very nice over top of other colors. And over top of the black. Again, very glittery, sort of a greenish yellow almost. See, over top of the black, it looks a lot more Christmas tree to me. Okay, and the final one. This is Radiant. Very much like the Christmas tree in that it's very, very sheer. Lots of glitter in it. And I think out of all of them, it's the one that changes the least once you put it on top of the black. It looks pretty much the same. It's got that same purple and gold kind of undertone to it. All right, let me zoom you out so we can see what they all look like. So the top four are completely dry. You can see they definitely have that really chrome effect to them. The green is mostly dry. As you can see, it looks beautiful and vibrant on the white paper, not so much on the black paper. It doesn't handle that so well, but that's okay. These are getting drier, and you can see the true colors coming through a little bit more. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Would I purchase again? You're darn right I would. These are going to be so much fun to incorporate into my my pages coming up. So thank you to everybody that joined me for this little test to see, you know, what was going on with these beautiful handmade paints. Thanks for putting up with me. If you liked what you saw and you wanted to try them out for yourself, I'll leave the links down in the description box below. Thank you to Renaissance Colors and MAB Watercolors for providing these beautiful paints for me to share with my audience. But leave a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.